all of my beautiful friends and subscribers. I am so thrilled to be back with you, and welcome if this is the first time you're joining me. My name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer, and I deliver messages through the cards that help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. So in today's Pick a Card, I'm going to be telling you how the world views your beauty. So of course I'm going to be looking at your external beauty, but I'm also going to be looking at your internal beauty and your energy. How do you show up for other people? How do you show up for yourself? So I have 3 piles for you guys to select from. Pile number 1 is partnered with the dried lavender as well as the amethyst point. Pile number 2 is partnered with these pretty purple flowers as well as the rose quartz. Pile number 3 is partnered with this pretty seed pod and lepidolite. So I'm going to give you guys a second to select your pile. I'll give you a close-up of the items and the cards in just a moment, and I will see you soon. Hi, pile number 1, welcome back. So in today's reading, I'm uncovering how the world views your beauty. And you selected the lavender and the amethyst point. And before we get into the cards, I want to mention I'm running a contest this month. You can win a free reading with me. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel, comment on this reading or any other post that I make in the month of December. So that includes all of my pick-a-cards, shorts, as well as my content on Instagram and TikTok. And then on January 1st, 2023, I will announce the winner on my community tab. So let's get into these cards and find out why you're so beautiful. So you received the Judge, 4-leaf clover, great good fortune, and work, achievement, success, followed by the Sun, hidden motivations, and that's card number 1. Taking steps, card number 4, followed by Jane Austen. Starseed, what lights you up? Freya, radical acceptance, card number 15. White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic, card number 66. Squirrel Spirit, believe in yourself, card number 57. Wow. Okay, so pile number 1. You are definitely extremely attractive people. With Freya alone, that speaks volumes because she's a goddess of love. She is the goddess of love and beauty connected to Norse mythology, but she's also a warrior. She's very strong. So you have a lot of strength and power to you, but also a lot of beauty. I think that you likely have a real unique sense of style. I don't think that you are necessarily following all the conventions of beauty. You may be conventionally attractive, and what I mean by that, like you're just naturally really, really beautiful, but I don't necessarily think that you're trying to keep up with what people dictate as beauty. I think that you sort of forge your own path. That definitely comes forward with the starseed energy. You're different, you're unique, you are radiating. There is a glow about you with the Sun card. I get the sense that you probably have a really luminescent smile, or you have really beautiful sparkling eyes. You might be blessed with that beautiful skin that just has this natural glow. Typically, this is blessed to people that have more pigmentation in their skin, and it's just like this inner luminescence, and you just naturally just literally glow. You may have some tricks of the trade though that you use to enhance that quality, but I definitely get this sense that you would be absolutely stunning even if you were wearing a t-shirt and sweatpants. I get that from this Taking Steps card because although this woman is in a ball gown, I get the feeling of Cinderella leaving the ball. And that was one of the qualities that Cinderella had. She was naturally beautiful, even if she was dressed in rags, she was still stunning. That actually caused some conflict for her. So you may have had people in the past that were a little bit intimidated by you, a little bit jealous, and they may have been sort of mean to you, or they may have even put you down, like telling you that you're not attractive, even though you are, because they were threatened. And you may not have even realized that at the time, but I think that you either have gone through a glow up or you're going through a glow up. Like, you're taking steps now to like claim your own beauty. This could also be talking about you actually having like a beauty routine. Like, there are certain things that you do, not necessarily to capture the eye of other people, but this is like a self-care routine. These are things that you do for yourself to feel beautiful. I think that you are somebody who is a real taste maker as well, is the energy I'm getting from the judge. Like, you're a great judge of what's going to look good on you and how to put things together. I think that people look to you for sort of like styling tips, maybe makeup tips, or maybe they just really value your advice when you might be the friend that like everyone wants to go to and ask for their opinion before they like go on a date or they have a big occasion. Like, you go shopping with friends and help them pick things out. I think that you have this really like lucky energy. This could come forward in a lot of different ways. So in terms of beauty, this might be a situation where your beauty is causing a lot of good luck in your life. Like, there's a certain amount of pretty privilege that can come along with this card. I don't get the sense that at all that you have an ego about this though, right? Like I was saying before, I get Cinderella vibes from you. So I don't associate Cinderella with having a big ego based on her beauty. Far from it. But you may have had really like miraculous, fortunate events take place for you. Like, you get into the club and, you know, people have like sent you drinks, or maybe it's a situation where you're in the public eye and you have brands approaching you and they're like offering you things because you have the right look. And that is fortunate. Like, why not? You may also have strong luck when it comes to like finding things too. Like, it might be a situation where like you're just like an expert at shopping. Like, you know exactly where to go to find what you want at the right price. Maybe you really like vintage shopping. Like, maybe this is a situation where you really know how to shop like luxury secondhand, which is a true art because you need to know like how to spot fakes and things like that. So maybe you're really good at stuff like that as well. I get the sense that you're a little bit guarded as well. So you're a little bit mysterious, and that just sort of adds to your allure. Partially it's kind of going back to that Cinderella energy, right? Like, where no one saw her and like then all of a sudden she's like new girl on the scene for one night, and then like this prince like literally can't get over this beautiful girl that he's met, and he like searches all over the world for her. You might have that kind of energy where you know, you hold back a little bit and you leave a little bit up for the imagination. Or maybe you are a homebody, like you like to be at home more, but then when you go out, like, you really turn heads. Like, I definitely get that sense. Like, I think you don't need the approval or the compliments of other people to feel beautiful as well. And maybe that isn't necessarily a quality that you always possessed, but you're definitely either embodying that now or you're working into that for sure. Like, you're taking the steps that you need to know your own worth and to feel beautiful and not need to look to others for that, sense of fulfillment. You are a rare bird like the white raven. There's something magical and different about you. And like I was saying before, you might have your own really unique style, or there's something very unique about you. Maybe you have really unique tattoos. Freya has these markings on her face, or maybe you do something really interesting with your hair, or you really like jewelry or adornment, or maybe you are one of those people that I'm thinking of like Dita Von Teese, where she has that vintage aesthetic. So like she's very, and when I think of a rare bird, like even the referring to feminine as a bird is like a throwback to slang from the past. So maybe you really like vintage fashion and you really know how to find that stuff and put it together, which also is a true art. Like you have to work at that. That does not just like come like that. You have to like really work at it. But you seem to have this magic, and maybe you have an ability to really like put things together in such a way that it just you inspire. You're a tastemaker. You really inspire people. You're putting things together in a way that they aren't anticipating. You're holding a little bit back. You're a little bit mysterious. Maybe you're not out all the time. Maybe it's a situation when you go out, it's an occasion. So you dress up to the nines. I think, like I was saying before with Jane Austen, you like to possibly be a bit of a homebody. Maybe you're a bit focused on your work and what you're trying to achieve. And that is an aspect of you that's really beautiful. What you're creating, that could be a business, maybe you're a writer, maybe you're an artist in some other way, and your art form is just so beautiful, and it like just radiates that kind of like joy of the Sun card and that authenticity. Like there's something about you that really has brought in a lot of balance. The Freya card is number 15, which reduces down to the number 6. So that is talking about balance. And then it's interesting with the white raven spirit card and the squirrel spirit card, these cards both reduce down to the number 12 and then reduce further down to the number 3. And the number 3 has many different associations. It's associated with the Trinity, so collaborations. But it's also connected back to Kabbalah and the third Sephirah, which is Binah, which is referring to understanding. So you may have a deep understanding of how to present yourself authentically. Maybe you have a deep understanding of who you are and what's important in the world. Maybe you really see people, and that is also equally beautiful. Like they don't feel like you are judging them. You're not. You are working alongside them. You don't have the energy at all where you feel like somebody else shining is taking anything away from you. I get the sense that you're very empathetic with the starseed energy. I think that you're very loving and very inclusive because, of course, the number 3 is going back to collaborations. And I think that you potentially, whatever you're doing creatively and beauty-wise, it is bringing a lot of inspiration to others. It's like you're helping to plant the trees of tomorrow. I think of squirrels. And squirrels plant more seeds that grow into trees. Basically, they're the master tree planters. They plant more trees than any human. And you might be planting all kinds of ideas in people's minds. I think you're very playful as well. I think you have fun with your style. I don't think you take yourself too seriously. Some of you might like really push the envelope. You might go all the way out there. And you may be like just a real enigma with this hidden motivations card. Like, there's certain things that you might be doing. I just keep going back to this rare bird. It just keeps playing over in my mind. There might be certain things that you're doing that people don't understand initially. They can't take their eyes off you. It's like, I don't get it. I don't know if I like this or if I hate it, but I can't stop watching. And for some people, like I was saying before, with the like sort of envy energy, they may react negatively to you, have very black and white thinking. But I think that you have a lot of fans, and you potentially have a lot of people that might even want to work with you, or brands that want to work with you. So let's get a couple more cards and flesh this out even further. I love to shuffle at least a couple of cards in front of you guys. So let's see. How does the world see pile number 1's beauty? Oh, yes. You got solar plexus chakra, radiant illumination, card number 4. And then this card was number 4, which is talking about a solid foundation. You really know who you are and you take action on it. The solar plexus is the center for personal empowerment. You like are illuminated. The color associated with the solar plexus is also yellow, connecting it back to the energy of the sun here. Oh my God, you guys are so cool. I love that. I always split this deck into two. My hands aren't large enough to shuffle it effectively. Okay, it looks like that's all we're gonna get from that deck. Let's move on to the next one. How does the world see pile number 1's beauty? Okay, so you got defense, power, versatility, affair, and caution. Yes, you are completely empowered. 100%. You're completely empowered. You know who you are. I think that people potentially judged you in the past. Maybe they didn't, maybe you just felt like you were sort of isolated and alone too. There might be something that's unique and different about you, and you just like interact with people, like your energy is different. And they felt, I don't know, like they didn't feel completely at ease, or they didn't know how to like take you. They didn't know how to how to interact with you. I mean, with the starseed energy and that highly empathic, clairsentient energy, you may be neurodivergent, and the neurotypical people didn't know how to, sort of react to you. Now, I'll let you in on a secret. I personally believe that neurodivergent people are highly psychic individuals, and you're highly sensitive because you're picking up on so much more, which also means that you're more willing to face your own pain or your own judgments and heal the trauma from the past. And part of the friction between neurodivergent and neurotypical people is that neurodivergent people want to see the world more authentically and really communicate about their experience, so we can release the pain from the past and move towards an abundant future where we are all seen. And neurotypical people can often feel very uncomfortable, and there's a lot of rules. This is how you need to present, because they're walking through life trying to not incite each other's pain bodies. So I personally, and this is coming from someone who is neurodivergent, I personally feel like it is almost a culture war between the two factions, because we are all neurodivergent. No two brains are the same. But I mean, in terms of like diagnoses and how the society sort of reacts to that, if you've had that experience, it may have been because your honesty and your truth and you walking through life being authentic to who you are just freaked people out that are trying to hide their pain. And I think you liberated yourself from that. To a certain degree, maybe you were aware of that. Maybe that came to light and you walked through the door and you're like, all right, well, if I'm not for everyone, that's okay, because I like me and I'm just gonna move forward. And if I don't need to conform to the standards that are around me, and I don't even feel like that suits me, that's great. Now I can have a lot more fun. Now I can get way more versatile. Now I can really step into my squirrel energy and start planting some wild seeds and see what wildflowers grow. I love that. And this is card number 3. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, you may have a lot of romantic interest with the affair card. You might have a lot of people that are really lusting after you. Like there's literally a shooting star on this card, and then the sun has it has a sun on it, but it's almost got the same sort of like star-like energy because of the rainbow behind it. So yeah, you might just be so rare and different and energized. You're like this shooting star. Like people feel like you're this, wish fulfillment. Like either you're their dream person, like they want to date you because you're like exactly who they envisioned in their head they would be with, or you are a role model to these people and they're like thinking, yes, this is exactly what I've always been waiting for. The caution card makes me think that because this woman on the card, this queen, really gives me Freya vibes. And there's a mix of antelope, and it looks like possibly wolves or coyotes on this card as well. Like, I think that you are helping people to move out of dangerous situations. Danger could come in a lot of different forms. It could be the feeling, the need to conform, to feel beautiful, and you help people move away from that. And that can come in so many different ways. Like you might be part of the queer community and you felt like you had to hide that part of you, and that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Like, we are all here to be authentic, and your unique flavor of beauty, whoever you authentically are. It doesn't matter what body you were born in. It doesn't matter who you love. That is exactly who you were meant to be. You define who you are. And no external changes that you make to yourself will ever take away your value in the world, and will ever remove any kind of love or acceptance that the universe or source has for you. You are valid, and I feel like you get that, and I think you might be inspiring others that way. I'm feeling a little choked up. Yes, defense, like you are, and I get that from Freya as well. Like, she is the captain of the Valkyrie. She's a warrior queen. You are standing up for those that potentially can't stand up for themselves, or you're being the first. You're running into battle first and saying, I'm going to be free. And then others are like, oh, that's an option? Oh, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. So this is absolutely amazing. Let's get a final card from this archetype deck. I want to know basically who you are on an archetypal level. Like, where does your beauty lie? How does the world see you and your beauty? Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. You got the angel card, helping those in need with no expectation of return. I'm literally like choking up. Oh my God. I just love you guys so much. I'm so like grateful for my collective. You guys inspire me on a daily basis. Reading these cards for you is such a blessing. And I hope that if this reading isn't quite resonating for you yet, you know, like if you feel like you haven't stepped into this defender of others, defender of your community role, or if you feel like you're not an angel to others, I promise you, you are. You're seen, you're valued. It's possible that people just haven't had the strength to let you know that yet, or the whole picture hasn't unfolded yet. You're still waiting for the fairy godmother to show up and, you know, give you that beautiful dress and that carriage so you can go to the ball. But it's coming. Like, you are already that beauty inside and out. No matter what you're wearing or what limitations you face, you are that gorgeous goddess. You are that unique bird. You are Cinderella. You are the glorious sun. You know, like, I am so enamored right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. This was such a pleasure. I would love to know what your thoughts on the reading were, whether it resonated for you or not, and how it resonated. Don't forget about the contest, of course. If you guys pick number 1, you might want to put a bird in the comments for the rare bird that just got channeled through to me. So I know that you're out there, and of course, it also helps you enter the contest. But this was such a pleasure. And of course, I'm going to announce the winner on the 1st of January 2023. And you can also add extra entries by commenting on my other December content. And if any of you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings, and I do spiritual coaching, as well as channeling from your spirit guides, Reiki, and I do past life sessions. So if you have any questions, you can, of course, email me. All right. Well, have an amazing day, guys. This is a pleasure. Take care. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome back. So in today's reading, I'm talking about how the world views your beauty. You selected the purple flowers and the rose quartz. And before we get into the reading, I want to mention I'm running a contest this month. You can win a free reading with me. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel and then comment on this reading or any other content that I post in December 2022. So that includes all of my pick-a cards, my shorts, as well as the content that I've created for Instagram and TikTok. So let's get into your cards. So the first card you received is the Mystic, followed by Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Arrow, you're on the right path regarding some aspects of your life. The Fool, happy success. This is card number 8. Angels of the Four Directions, card number 4. Ooh, Cleopatra. The ever-unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Bridget, creative spark, card number 8. Seahorse spirit, watch and wait, card number 53. Scarab beetle, magic works through you, card number 52. Ooh, pile number 2. There is some serious magic afoot here. You are definitely considered to be a very magical, mysterious, possibly even considered sort of exotic. And I mean that in you are possibly a little bit eccentric. There's something that's very unique and different about you. There's something that causes you to sort of like sparkle and shine. You think of like a scarab beetle, and you think about like the iridescence of like beetle wings and like their ectoskeleton, and some of them have sort of like this oil like finish, and there's just this real magical energy to that kind of finish. And then we've got the Mystic with more magical energy coming forward. And we also have Bridget, who's connected to fairy magic. So there is something unique, something that's connected to the natural world as well. So you may have sort of this boho vibe to you. Maybe you have sort of like a witchy or gothic aesthetic to you. Maybe you're just really drawn to those things. You may have a strong sense of regalness. There's something very godlike about you with Cleopatra. Like, you are definitely in control of yourself. And I think you go all out. You're extravagant. Like, you don't hold back from self-expression. I've mentioned this before, but it just always stuck in my head from the first moment I heard about it. When Cleopatra met Caesar for the first time, she really wanted to make a bold entrance. So she arrived on this golden barge, and everything on this ship was all made of gold. And she herself was wearing this like gold net dress with literally nothing on underneath it. Like, I mean, seriously diva vibes. I think that you have had moments like that where you're like, I am just gonna go like full 10. I'm not gonna hold back at all. And like, maybe you are a showstopper is what just came forward. You're a showstopper. Absolutely. You are one to watch with this seahorse spirit. It says, watch and wait. I think that other people, they see you when you're like fully in your glory, when you've like really done yourself up, and they're like gobsmacked. Like, they can't take their eyes off of you. They just want to watch you. And I think you inspire them with Bridget, the creative spark. You really inspire them. There's something, I don't know, that like the witchy vibe keeps coming back, like a Stevie Nicks sort of like witchiness about you, where it's strongly sensual, but also, you know, very feminine, empowered energy. And maybe you are interested in magic. That could very well be this. You could be, you know, psychics and mystics in your own right, actually working with the elements, the angels of the four directions, working with the elements to create your own magic. But whatever you're doing, you know who you are, and you don't sacrifice your sense of self for anyone. You're not interested in fitting in, is the energy I'm getting. Like, you are forging your own path forward. And I think, I mean, you've got the Arrow card as well as the Fool. And the Fool is all about exploration and allowing your intuition to guide you forward. And my mind is blown. On the Fool card, there is a scarab beetle in place of the traditional dog. And then you also got the scarab beetle. So you may have some heritage linked with Egypt, which the scarab beetle is definitely connected back to Egyptian culture. And of course you have Cleopatra here. But you may also be just like really enamored by ancient Egypt and the artistry and the fashion. You know, they are truly masters of adornment, you know, so I get that from you as well. Plus this seahorse spirit with this like feathered headdress, and then Cleopatra with her headdress, and Bridget with her headdress. So you may do something really elaborate and creative with your hair, or you wear a headscarf, or you do something where it really is drawing attention to your head and your face, right? You're really drawing attention to that. It makes me think of that with the mystic as well, with the third eye that's prevalent. So you might have very beautiful eyes, or you really do some really dramatic and interesting makeup. Maybe it's just like a really bold color eyeliner, and it just draws people to you. Bridget also has what looks like either tattoos or really elaborate makeup on her face. You may have a lot of tattoos. That might be part of your aesthetic as well. I get the sense that you are also completely evolving and changing and blossoming, that this has been sort of a slow progression for you to a certain degree, where you've been sort of figuring yourself out. That some of the things that you are doing now out loud in the world, you may have experimented by yourself alone at home or in your bedroom. This might be a situation where like you were experimenting with clothing and makeup, but you know, maybe you were doing stuff for social media that nobody really knew what you were doing, or you never had enough courage to like go to school or go out with your friends looking that way. But it definitely looks like you've got that courage now, 100%. And it looks to me like you have some really beautiful friendships too. So maybe you connected with some really authentic people that also really get you. You're very happy in your life. You're very successful. But when I say that, success comes in so many different forms. And the energy I get from you is that although you may be very materially well off with Cleopatra, you may have a great job and you're making a lot of money. I don't think that that is how you define your luxury or your abundance. I think that you define your abundance based on your sense of freedom. The more free you are, the more you're able to explore and experiment, the more abundant you feel. So it might have been very important for you to be in a field, or you might even be entrepreneurs, like you run your own business, where you are able to like call the shots. You get to wear what you want to wear. You get to craft your day the way you want. You can go on an adventure if you want to. Maybe you have a job that allows you to travel. Like maybe you're a tattoo artist and you go and you do like short-term placements like in other studios and you're traveling around, or you're a hairstylist or a makeup artist and you're traveling around the world doing work with various clients. You may just, like I said, run your own business and you're like, well, you know, I might run my own business, but that doesn't mean I have to, you know, wear business casual every day. I'm gonna do it my own way. Or it could be a situation where you were doing it your own way and all of a sudden that became your career. Like you're just posting stuff on social media and all of a sudden you blow up, which happens all the time, specifically for people that are really authentic and different. And you may be representing a community of people that needed that representation, like needed some of this magic in their life. What just came forward right now is, for some of you, you are really skilled at making clothing or fashion. You're artisans and you're actually showing other people how to do what you do. So this might be a situation where you are a vintage reseller and you like take people, you know, on your social media, you take them with you to the stores and you show them how you do it, like how you're looking for things or how you style things. Or maybe you have a body type, or there's something unique and gorgeous and beautiful about you, but it's outside the standard of beauty. And so you're filling a niche, basically. Like there's all these people that are totally not represented, and you're like, I'm just gonna, you know, show myself. I don't think that for those of you who are doing that, you started off with that intent. You were just like, I'm gonna be authentic. Now, the other thing that was coming forward was literally doing clothing alterations or showing people how to upcycle, basically. And this energy has come forward before, but I feel like this is more like, I've seen a couple of people where they buy clothing and they're literally like completely recrafting it. It's like, it doesn't even look at all like it's the same thing at all. Like people that are taking placemats and making skirts out of them, or they're taking old curtains and they're making like amazing, like gorgeous ball gowns, like just really unconventional stuff. Like they're potentially not even taking clothing. Like I've seen people take things that were like, yeah, home decor, like not even textiles, like things that you would not think of as clothing, and they're turning it into clothing, or they're turning it into jewelry. Like that's the kind of energy that I'm getting from you, that you might be very different, very experimental, and it's really exciting. You may be a person that also takes a lot of inspiration from history. It might not be apparent to those that are looking at you, like I was saying before with Egypt, but I'm also seeing the Greek columns here in the background of this card. So yeah, it might be like many different time periods that inspire you. And it's not necessarily wearing vintage clothing. It's like looking back at the past, seeing what trends were popular, possibly going back 200, 300 years, and then reinventing it for the modern age, which I'm seeing a lot more, which I find so exciting. Like I have learned so much. Typically it's through TikTok. They finally figured out who I am and bring me the most amazing stuff. So I will find these accounts where these people are going back into the like chronicles of art history and showing all of these trends, like painting on your face, which was really popular in the French court, where they would paint all of these moles on their face. But it wasn't like what you assume, like Marie Antoinette with one mole. No, it would look like a little horseshoe, or it would look like a little four-leaf clover. Like it was a cute little shape. It was like this little, like a sticker, but they were hand painting these on their faces. So I saw someone reinventing that, and I had no idea that that had even been a trend back in the day. And there's so many people that are doing stuff like that. That is so cool. I love this. Okay, so now I want to get some more cards and find out a little bit more about you guys. What I'm being told is you have a lot of power and strength. Like you have a lot of charisma. I do think you're very playful. Like you have fairy like energy as well. Like a kid, youthful, but not childish. It's not immaturity. It is, I'm going to dance outside in the rain kind of energy. It's, life is fleeting, live in the moment. We only have now. In the most beautiful way. You might be the type of person that also just likes to just take off. You will travel. One of your dreams is just sort of travel around the world, go on lots of adventures. You have a lot of stories that comes forward. When you're out with people and they find you just so, like, the way that what's coming forward is, it's the way you express yourself and the way you interact with other people and their culture. Like, this is a situation where you're extremely respectful. You like to integrate. You're not a tourist. That's the difference. Like, you are there to truly appreciate and integrate into the culture. And that might be a situation where you find yourself like diving into a rabbit hole when you get interested in something. Like you just like dive right in. And I'm like, I want to know everything about Egypt. I want to learn all about Cleopatra, which is so exciting, right? Because they're just about to potentially, of course, uncover her tomb with Mark Antony. They've been searching for it. It's like the holy grail of archaeology. We don't know if that's what they have found, but the experts are saying that that's what they think that they are slowly uncovering. So that is really exciting. I have goosebumps right now. That to me really makes me feel like they're on the right track. All right. How does the world, excuse me, how does the world view, how does the world view pile number 2's beauty? I have to do this in 2 piles because it's just, the cards are so big. How does the world view pile number 2's beauty? from that one, let's try this one again. Okay. Water, the overflow, card number 12. So that reduces down to the number 3. Yeah, you are very in tune with who you are, your psychic abilities, your divine feminine energy. And I think that you might be a spiritual seeker, and you may have gone on many pilgrimages, whether that's physically or mentally. It could be either. And you are super in tune with what your body needs to feel good and what makes you feel authentic. And I think that you potentially are very interested in Egypt as well, is what's coming forward, because of this goddess with the 8 arms, which makes me think of Hindu deities. That is beautiful. So you're a very emotionally grounded, centered person. And I think that you have dealt with your own pain and your own shadow energy. So I think you're very experimental and open, and you're free to your mind is free to accept that in other people as well. You don't, what's coming forward is you don't discriminate against people. You're very open-minded about how they express themselves. And the more diversity, the more beautiful. I love that. Trust your innocence. Yes, that's what I was picking up on before. You have this like very carefree, childlike energy. Now, some people may have seen you as sort of coming across as naive or too innocent, like you're fragile, but I don't get that sense at all. I think that you know entirely who you are, and you know what you want, and because of that, you feel confident to really express all of the love that you have. And some people may assume that your kindness is weakness, but I do think with Cleopatra, you know when to stand your ground. You got communication, co-creation. You really know how to communicate with people. The way that you're communicating with them is inspiring. It makes them feel more unified with each other. Like this could very well be you're a psychic or you're working in the spiritual field and you are sharing this information with people on a regular basis, and you're helping them to feel more connected to source energy. And there's something coming forward where they want me to say to feel more connected to the quantum field. So maybe you guys are into quantum physics. So you caught the violet flame. Yeah, this is definitely a very mystical pile. This card is talking about the third eye. It can be talking also about a Kundalini awakening. You are exceptionally in tune with spirit. And I think that because you understand that we're all connected and we're here to create beauty, and of course we're here to learn lessons as well, as I always say, it's like just be who you authentically are. I think you're probably an old soul, so you kind of get interested in ancient history to begin with. You may have always been drawn to particular time periods, like I was saying before, but you're not going to discriminate against anyone because in your soul, it's like all of it is beautiful and it all feels familiar because you're so ancient. And if you don't resonate with the idea of past lives, that's okay. You might still feel like an old soul. So let's find out some more about how the world sees your beauty. Pile number 2. How does the world see? Ooh. Okay. So you got practicality, flirtation, optimism, submission, control, egotism. Okay, so I think that there may have been a time in your life where you felt like you had to keep up with the Joneses, which is a saying talking about trying to keep up with trends, trying to keep up with the people that have a lot of resources. And there might have been a time when you really like tried to conform to beauty standards, or possibly even like the standards of decorum is what's coming forward. Like you felt like you had to behave a certain way for people to see you as a star, or see you as beautiful, see you as worthy. And I think that that had caused you to feel very limited. It had caused you to feel like you were in a cage. And you took back your control, or you're in the process of doing that. Now, it's possible that some people around you still see you in this light. This is wild. On this card is a cartouche, which is basically it's a crest that was used for signatures, or it has a particular like body of information. It's like a paragraph, but carved with hieroglyphs. Oftentimes a cartouche would be used to like seal documents because it was like their brand or their signature. And then we're going back to Egypt again. That is so wild. Yeah, to a certain degree, some of you may still feel a little bit limited, and you're working to a place where you're going to be completely authentic and like sort of like cast off the expectations of others. But I think you're headed in that direction with this optimism card. We've got Venus, Aphrodite on these seahorses here. And you did get the seahorse spirit. That is freaking wild. So, and we've got the 3 muses. Yeah, you're a muse to others. People really think you're beautiful. But yeah, others might think like, oh yeah, they're attractive, but they're just doing it for likes, or they're doing it for people's approval. And like I said, at some point you may have done it for those things, but I don't think that all of you are doing it still for that, and many of you are moving away from that. All of you will be moving away from that. You definitely have a lot of admirers. People definitely are flirting with you. They think you're pretty hot. And the practicality, I think that you might be even redefining what practical beauty is. Like sort of slow beauty potentially, really taking your time, maybe making your own natural ingredients, or like doing things that I'm thinking of like people who are creating new trends when it comes to like curling their hair, no heat styling, or different makeup, like all natural beauty products and makeup products. You might be doing something like that. Like you're getting practical with the resources around you, but you may also be getting practical with like how you engage with fashion. This might be a situation where in the past you were like, oh, I need to be wearing, if you're a woman or you identify as being a woman, you associated with femininity with high heels or a particular look. And feminine beauty can often be connected to restricted movement and pain. And you might be like, that's BS. I don't want to dress like that. I'm going to redefine what is sexy and beautiful, and I'm going to create my own definition of that. And you're creating something where it's like practical, but it's also really alluring and sexy. So like finding a way to dress up. You might have been one of those brides that wore running shoes at her wedding, right? Like, but you made it super cool. So you like went and got a pair of running shoes that were like amazing. Like, or you wanted to have a wedding dress that had pockets, or you like to have, you know, casual, comfortable clothes, even if you are going to someplace fancy. Like you are dressing to feel authentic. You will dress up to make a statement, but you're not going to make yourself feel uncomfortable or place yourself in a position where you're in pain. So I really like that. That is very cool. So let's find out what is your beauty archetype. So this is another indication of how the world views you and your beauty. Pile number 2. How does the world, whoa, you got 3 cards. Oh my God. You got child of nature. Yes, I was talking about how I really feel this energy where lots of you are connected to nature. So maybe you're making very ethical decisions about how you spend money. You are buying secondhand, or you are buying from companies that it's slow fashion, or it's locally produced, or they're creating, dyes that are not harmful to the environment. Same with makeup. It says friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. Oh my God, which is, I was mentioning you had Bridget, and Bridget is connected to fairy energy. That is the same thing. Elementals, fairies, elves, all of that. Same umbrella. That is so cool. Then you got judge, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Yes, you are very fair and diplomatic with people. You're not judging them based on, how they choose to show up in the world. You may be considered sort of a tastemaker. You may be a good judge of character is what's coming forward. Samaritan refines your capacity to help those who would refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So you're being a good Samaritan. You're helping people that potentially can't help themselves. Maybe you are also showing more compassion to those that are in their shadow energy and are, possibly even rejecting you. Like if you're really out there and doing something really wild with your fashion, it's always possible that you're getting some negative feedback from people, and maybe you're projecting more love towards them. These people are covered in tattoos as well, so that is coming back again. Wow, pile number 2, you are really, really amazing. Very, very cool energy. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. This was awesome. The last thing that's coming forward now that I look at the cards is I do think that you have a body that people really, really like. There's many people here that are showing a lot of their bodies. So it doesn't mean that you're like going to the gym and you're like fitting some stereotype of what is attractive, a convention of physicality that's attractive. Whatever your shape is, people are really, 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 really attracted to you. That is overwhelmingly coming forward. Yeah. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. This was such a pleasure. I absolutely love reading for you. I would love to know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you want to leave me a comment, it also enters you into the contest. And maybe you could leave a butterfly, like the mystic, and just in case you don't want to leave a full comment, but you can still enter the contest that way. And if any of you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, I would love that. You can go to my website, odessamal.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings, spiritual coaching. I do past life readings, as well as spirit guide channeled sessions and Reiki. If any of you guys have questions about that, you can feel free to reach out to me. I would be happy to answer your questions. And once again, this was a pleasure, and I hope I see you guys in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 3, welcome back. So in today's reading, I'm uncovering how the world views your beauty. So you selected the seed pod as well as the lepidolite. And before we get into the reading, I want to mention I'm running a contest this month. You can win a free reading with me. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel, comment on this reading or any of the posts that I make in December. So that includes all of my pick-a cards, my shorts, as well as the content that I've posted to Instagram and TikTok. Then on January 1st, 2023, I will announce the winner on my community tab. So let's get into these cards, pile number 3. So the first card is the box, followed by forest, muddled, unclear thinking, egg, success assured with good plans and hard work, Loss, card number 2. Present power, card number 2. Elizabeth Taylor. The 10 of Pentacles, followed by in Rama, where are you being called to journey to? Stag Spirit, take the lead, card number 58. Butterfly Spirit, transformation is beautiful, card number 11. And Benza 10, card number 6, beauty. Woo! So pile number 3, you are definitely very attractive people. Like, you have the beauty card, transformation is beautiful, and then you also have Elizabeth Taylor, who is iconic sex symbol. So you're definitely very attractive. People are definitely sensually attracted to you. I always think of Elizabeth Taylor as having sort of siren energy, especially when she was young and she was in certain roles. Like, she was like, this is from Streetcar Named Desire. She also played Cleopatra. And some of you may be drawn to pile number 2 with that said, but only go back if it was already sort of in your mind and you were trying to decide between the 2 piles. But there's definitely a connection there with pile number 2. I think that you are really coming into your element. You are really starting to embrace your true, authentic beauty, your sensual nature. I think you're starting to see yourself as extremely powerful, that you're like a diamond potentially in the rough. Like, this might be a situation where you're going through a glow up, or it's possible that you've already gone through one, or this might be talking about you going through some sort of metamorphosis, the transformation on the butterfly card. In the past, maybe you had like a major growth spurt, you know, during the summer when you were in high school, or you went through some sort of transformation, like you went through puberty and all of a sudden everything changed. This may also be a situation where you sort of took the lead and you went and had a procedure done, or you did something to really reclaim your beauty. Potentially you had some sort of major milestone where, like, you got your braces taken off, or like I was saying, you got a procedure done, like you had a nose job, or you had something else cosmetically done to help either enhance your natural beauty or to transform you into the person that you know yourself to be on the inside. And you are blossoming. You are expressing who you truly are. And you are unapologetically showing yourself, right? Like this beautiful stag. You are, I keep getting crown and glory. So this might be a situation where you're like really stepping into your power and authority. Like, you have this air of royalty. It could be a situation where there's something to do with your hair, or something to do with like where your crown chakra is, that is really beautiful. So it's your hair, or you wear hats, or you wear hair accessories, something about this area of your head. Maybe you have like really iconic bangs or something like that. And it's like cutting edge is the energy I'm getting. Like, you are a risk taker. You're doing things, you're traveling down roads that other people may fear to tread. Like, you are planting new roots. You're escaping the box. You're not limiting yourself at all. Some stuff has had to be lost. Maybe you're just really inventive because you've had to make do with what you had. Or maybe you, like I've been saying, maybe you're part of the trans community and you're changing the way you present to the world to match who you see yourself to be, who you know yourself to be, who you feel on the inside. Like, this is a change in like so many areas of your life. It's not just like physical beauty. There's something lost, but there's something so powerful gained. It's like you're birthing a new version of yourself into the world. And like people are really seeing you take control. Like the stag spirit, take the lead, present power, with the tiger and the lion. And the lion is associated with leadership, going back to the energy of Leo, and then the tiger is associated with the warrior goddess Durga, and it's also connected back to like mystery and the unseen. So yeah, there might have been something that you were hiding, you weren't letting the world show, and all of a sudden you were like, I can't just like stay hidden any longer. I have to allow the world to see me as I am. And you stepped into that power, and you allowed your inner Leo to shine, and now the whole world can see who you truly are. Now, for some of you, you may have gone through some sort of transformation connected with traveling. Maybe you moved to a new place and all of a sudden that liberated you. You weren't being held back by the way others had seen you in the past, or maybe you moved from a place where they were very conservative, and you moved from a small town, and then you moved to New York, or you moved to LA, or you moved to Paris, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can be who I really am. I can like be colorful and loud and vibrant and different, and there's so much to explore, and there's so much to try, is the energy I'm getting as well. I think you like a lot of color. I think you like pattern. Or maybe there's times, it's cycles is what I'm getting too. Like maybe there's times when you really like color, and then there's other times when you really like neutrals, and it's like you are experimenting. Or maybe you just apply that. Maybe you like to have really colorful, interesting nail art, and that's your indulgence. That's what you spend some of your, extra money on. Or you've traveled a lot, and because you've traveled so much, you're being influenced by all the different places that you've seen. And maybe you're not traveling physically to these places. Maybe you read a lot. Maybe you watch a lot of documentaries, or you know people. Like maybe you're living in a community where there's people from all over the world, and you're so inspired by everything that you're seeing, all the sights, tastes, and smells, and it's influencing you, and it's definitely helping you to grow. You seem to be this, like I was saying before, this diamond in the rough, or like this egg is literally made of gold. It's like you are this precious gem in sort of like, and maybe this was in your past, where you were in an unexpected place, like maybe someone very vibrant and creative and artistic, but like I was mentioning before, in this small town where, everyone's very conservative, and you really couldn't allow yourself to be seen based on judgments of others, but you're definitely being seen now, or you're on your way there with the 10 of Pentacles. Like you are seen as abundant. You are seen as luxurious. It's like money tree energy here, right? With this bonsai with literally coins hanging from it. So this might be, you look expensive, you know how to present yourself, and all of a sudden you're an attractor. People who just want to be around that energy are just flocking towards you, and you are shining. It's like, I also get the energy that you shine no matter who you're around. Like there's something luminescent and interesting, and a diva. That's what I wanted to say. Elizabeth Taylor is a diva, 100%. That is very, very cool. Yeah, you might have this diva, vibrant energy, dramatic, theatrical. Oh, I love that. That is so cool. I do get the sense that you are very independent, and I think there's some that really love that about you and some that may not. You might be a person who doesn't necessarily want to settle down. This may not resonate for all of you. I'm just going to tell you what I'm getting. Elizabeth Taylor was notorious for having many marriages, lots of relationships, right? So you may not be exactly like Elizabeth Taylor, but you may have had lots of relationships in your life. And part of the reason why it didn't work is because they wanted to tame you or control you, that you would be lost. You would, your sense of identity would be lost. Like something about you and who you truly are would be lost. You'd be chained down. And maybe you did that in the past. Maybe that's part of this transformation. And then you've liberated yourself. You've allowed yourself to step forward. I think that you probably have a beautiful figure. And that can come in all shapes and sizes, but I definitely think that people are attracted to your curves is what's coming forward. And makeup wise, you might be doing things, if you wear makeup, if you experiment in that way, you might be doing things that are really avant-garde, really strange and different, like really pushing the envelope. And maybe that's just occasionally, maybe that's not all the time. Maybe you have a social media presence. You like Elizabeth Taylor definitely makes that, brings that energy forward. And I do think that you have a sense of destiny. Like there's something about you and how you show up and your beauty and your grace and your intelligence is also what I get. Elizabeth Taylor was very, very, very smart. And I don't think that and Marilyn Monroe was coming forward too. Both of these women were extremely intelligent, and unfortunately, they were really pushed to like hide that away. Like it was gonna like hurt their careers. More Marilyn Monroe being forced to do that than Elizabeth Taylor, but they were both, victims to that kind of pressure. And potentially it was, maybe you have felt that way too. You have to like sort of hide your intelligence or hide something so that you can be more physically appealing to people. But I think that you're very, very smart. And I think that sometimes you get tired of what you see going on around you, and you might want to just sort of withdraw and be in a sacred space is what's coming forward. You may really love to just be like, have moments where it's just like you on your own, just solitary. And it might be your opportunity to sort of recharge. You may be a very creative person, like you are making something, and that's when you withdraw, you go into your sanctuary, into your studio, and that's where the creative ideas just start flowing through to you. That is beautiful. Okay, so let's get some more cards and find out how the world sees your beauty. Pile number 3. Okay, let's see. How does the world see pile number 3's beauty? Okay, so you got the card Surrender, card number 48. So you're really surrendering to the flow of the universe. I don't think you get bothered anymore by other people. And this person is just out there in the stars. So yeah, it might be a situation where you have an online presence or you are building some sort of following, and there may have been a lot of pressure in the past, and you're just like, I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm going to go through my cycles. I'm going to put my work out there. Hopefully people like it, and hopefully they understand it. But if they don't, you're not going to be bothered by that. I think that you're moving away from any kind of resistance or drama is what's coming forward. Yeah, like there might have been a lot of people that really wanted to control you is the energy I'm getting, because we've got these beautiful wildcats and this gentleman has them on a leash. Then this gentleman is tied to the dock, or he's holding a rope. It appears like he's tied. And then I know that Elizabeth Taylor also felt quite tied down at times by some of her relationships because the gentleman that she was with wanted to control her. So you, I think, are surrendering to the cycles. You're doing your own thing. You may be someone who really likes to meditate, or you just like having a lot of peace and tranquility in your life, and that's very beautiful. Maybe you inspire other people to take on that same energy. So let's get some more cards about how the world sees your beauty. Pile number 3. You got publicity. Yeah, definitely. Either you are already in the public eye or you will be in the public eye. This is lovely. I absolutely love that. So you are definitely one to watch. You've got Jupiter and Leo on this card. I already mentioned the Leo energy. You are pulling together all of your strengths. You may have very angelic energy too, because Benzitan has wings on her back. Then we've got this angel here, the butterfly spirit with wings. Yeah, angelic, pure, sweet kind of energy, but also mixed with this siren energy. You can cast out both energies. And I think that it brings you a lot of luck. I think that and you also got the negotiation card, which also has Jupiter on it. And this woman is sort of partially dressed, going back to, and this angel even has like her shoulder out, like Elizabeth Taylor. Yeah, people are definitely physically attracted to your body. And I think you're a little bit secretive, like I was saying before, retreating into your sanctuary. You may have just like a very graceful way of moving. Maybe you're a dancer, maybe you do yoga, or you do something else that's really like about moving the body. I really get that from the inspiration card as well with this dancer. And once again, we've got like partially dressed woman, and the acquisition card here, card number 2 as well. Yeah, you are definitely considered very stylish, very fashionable. You may be very lucky with money, or you're lucky in your career and you get sponsorships, or you get collaborations, or you get something that is working in your favor. You have sort of this divine feminine energy that comes out, but embodying, connecting back to the moon with that secretive energy. So people really find you to be elusive is the word that's coming forward. Oh, that's cool. And you got optimism, and there is the moon on this card as well. That is so cool. As well as Venus on the back of her seahorses with Cupid. Yeah, lots of people fall in love with you. They want you on their arm. They're enamored by you. Oh my God. And then you got the romance card. There are a lot of people that see you as a sex symbol. This is wild. Like I cannot believe every single one of these cards is about somebody falling in love with you, thinking you are like a smoke show, wanting to be closer to you, wanting to see you naked. They definitely want to like get very intimate with you. And then you got the extremism card. So I mean, on in the shadow elements of this, it might have been a situation where you've attracted the wrong people, where they've had the wrong idea. They wanted to control you, like I was picking up with Elizabeth Taylor, and they got jealous, or they were worried that you didn't, like them, or, they constantly needed reassurance. And I think that just wore you down, and you just didn't want to do it any longer. Or you're getting to that point now. Everyone's at a different point in their journey. Now, of course, some of you might have very successful partnerships where you're like this power couple. Like they see you as the prize that you are, and you see them as the prize, and you inspire each other. The muses are on this card. So you're inspiring more than just your romantic partner. Like this might be a situation where literally like you've had people take pictures of you to post on fashion blogs or things like that. Like, and yes, they're falling in love with you. There's Cupid on this card as well. So we've got 2 Cupids. They are really enamored with you. That is so freaking wild. I love that. You may love to be in love too. And people might find that really beautiful. Like, you might just have like this naturally romantic streak, like the way that you talk, it's very poetic or sensual. You really know how to flirt. You know how to make someone feel special too, which I think lots of times works out beautifully for you. But of course, some people will take that the wrong way or get possessive and really want to hold that energy for themselves. So now let's get a couple of cards to find out what kind of archetype you are. Like, what is your beauty archetype? How does the world see you in terms of, you know, how, like a title, if they were going to label you with a particular style or status. What kind of archetype is pile number 3's beauty? Okay. Oh my God, you got damsel. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Oh my God. Heartbreakers, pile number 3, you are heartbreakers. And this might be a situation where like you're thinking, no way, I don't even date anymore. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There's people from the past that are still thinking about you. There's people from your life that you didn't even know were interested in you that are still kicking themselves, feeling like they missed an opportunity. There's people around you that want to be like you. They envy you. And sometimes that can cause unhealthy attachments. Like, I mean, with friends, this might be a situation where like they want it, frenemy kind of energy. Like they want to be near you. They want to be in your entourage, or they want to learn about style or beauty or fashion from you. But then when you shine, they feel small and then they feel angry about it, which is so sad because then it means that it's harder for you to have like close relationships. Now, I think that you're getting to the point, if you haven't already gotten there, that you're able to like sort of work through that. Then you got mediator, gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. Beautiful. So you are wonderful at problem solving with people. They feel like they are valued in your eyes and you're able to mediate difficult situations. And that's absolutely beautiful. They highly respect you as well. Lovely. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay. Last card. Alchemist, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. As if this is the final card. And you got the butterfly, transformation, and you got the golden egg. Yes, you are a master magician, because the magician is, in traditional tarot, is an alchemist. You are able to transform literally nothing into opportunities and gold. You are one of those people that are able to make do with what you have and make it look expensive and make it look luxurious. And maybe you redefine how people see beauty and luxury, where they are looking at you and they're like, what is she wearing, or what is he wearing? I don't get this, but I love it. It looks amazing. It looks expensive. And then all of a sudden, you're a trendsetter. Like, you are a trendsetter. And you are creating opportunities around you at all times. And I don't see this energy dissipating for you at all, right? Like, I think you know that. It's like that siren energy. People are going to fall in love with you. People are going to be drawn to you. And it's just a matter of you having your boundaries. And I think that's why you surrender and you retreat when you need to. So this is magical. I am so excited that I got to do this reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to know your thoughts about the reading. Maybe you could put a plant for the money tree You could put money, or you could put a plant in the comments if you don't want to actually write out a comment. That way you can still enter the contest. And of course, I would love to know your thoughts if you feel comfortable with filling me in on how you felt about the reading. And if any of you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, you can go to my website, odessamel.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings, spiritual coaching. I do channeled messages from your spirit guides, as well as Reiki and past life sessions. So you can always email me if you have any questions. And this was a pleasure. I hope I see you guys in the next reading. Take care.